What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, the 25th day of August. Here we are at about $0.003755. We've got about 6 days and 9 hours, just under a week left in this month of August. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. And we are looking at OnyxCoin in a way that we don't typically look at it, which is on the monthly chart. We don't normally look at it on the monthly chart because there's not a whole lot to look at. It hasn't existed for that long. March 2022, for some cryptos, that's like a lifetime. We're just beginning here, man. I mean, it hasn't existed long at all. The reason we're talking about it on this time frame is, one, less than a week from now, we do close. So getting an idea for where we're going to close around this month is pretty cool. There's some things that I want to see there. And then also for two, I think there's some serious structural things that we need to go over. And we've been hammering the fundamental analysis whenever it comes to technical structures in charts. We've been hammering that the last 2 months, this month and last month, hammering this. We're going to go over it now, and really even like the last 3 months. We're going to go over it again in this video, and I think the monthly time frame just paints a different picture. 7 days left, 6 days, 9 hours left. If we can move up just a hair, such a slight little hair right here. If we can get right there 2.6% up, or if we can get even above that wicking high, 12% up, that's nice. I think we can do that in 6 days. Doesn't mean we have to. This is not a requirement. If we don't do it, the price does not look worse than it does now. It's not a problem. But it will look better. It will look better if we can engulf. I think a monthly bullish engulfing candle, it's one of the most powerful signals that you could have. So if we could get a monthly bullish engulfing candle here, the potential there for this to catalyze some type of move that would, again, be reminiscent of what we saw last cycle, it just goes up. The probability of us seeing a fantastic move goes up. So it doesn't seem that significant, but trust when I tell you, man, from a technical perspective, closing above last month's open, closing above that price there, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. You're not only closing above last month's open, but you'd be closing above the prior month's close as well. You're effectively taking out 2 months of significant price action all in one if you move up like 5%. Now, if we can get above the, depending on how you look at this, that to me would be a bullish engulfing candle. You engulf the body, that's it. Some people say a bullish engulfing candle needs to engulf the wick on a closing basis. So maybe we have to move up 13% and do that, whatever the case may be. But it still will look good, engulfing or not, to close above this level. Okay, it'll look really good. The next thing, which I think is really cool, and we're likely going to have this so long as we close the month green and as long as we keep pushing up from here and we don't see a lower low, which I don't think we will get a lower low. I think we're going to push up green. We've been holding this area as support. We closed here last month. We opened here this month. We defended it. We came up. We're holding this area as support. And if you look back at last cycle, we came down. We had a monthly close in resistance right here. Monthly closing resistance right there, monthly closing support right here. We had monthly closing support here on this wick. Now, closing body line price level matters more than a wick ever does. Almost always. It's more significant. The closing price is more significant than the wicking price. But this wick, you still closed and held support there for months. For like half a year, you found support there, showing the significance of this overall zone as prior resistance. Then you close at the closing point. If this is your bear market low, and I think it will be, that just, again, is another testament to the overall structure of this chart. And that's what we're focusing on, is the structure. It's so obvious that this area is a place to buy, is a primary area of support right here. It's literally, it's perfect. We've had our movements down. We've had our structure down. And then beyond that as well, we bring these lines back up. We look at the weekly time frame. It's more than just these monthly indications. It's the weekly time frames too. Look, we're closing there on a weekly time frame consistently for like 3 weeks in a row. Closed there. We had closing resistance high right there. Multiple times where we wicked and found resistance here. Multiple times where we found support here. In this overall drop, we chose 4 weeks for whatever reason to just stop here in this area that has been significant. We're finding resistance there now. It is a significant area. And we look at this structure overall, and some people, what they do is they only look at from this time frame to this time frame, and they say OnyxCoin is a dud, but they don't look at this. They don't look at the developments that Onyx is going through month after month, day after day sometimes, man. I mean, we're having, this coin is more now than it ever was when I signed up for it. I was cool with it being just a DeFi protocol that was a little bit different than some other ones. It's cool, whatever. Backed by some big people. It had some mishaps in the beginning, whatever. The potential theory that they were affiliated with JP Morgan, maybe they still are. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they are, but maybe there was some at some point. I don't know. I know JP had their own Onyx blockchain, and then they changed the name, I think, because of this. It's kind of interesting, though, if you think about that. I'm going way off topic. This is not what I wanted to talk about or I intended to talk about, but imagine a company like JP Morgan, and then imagine a coin like OnyxCoin. How are they even aware of this coin? I mean, it's not, its market cap is $165 million. What are they doing focusing on this coin? Like, they're barely aware of anything in the top 100. Maybe not. Maybe they're fully aware of all these coins. I don't know. But they're aware of OnyxCoin so much that they literally changed the name of their own blockchain protocol because they didn't want it to get confused. I wonder, with that kind of awareness, if they have, if there's something go. I don't know. I would just think if I was JP Morgan and I wanted to name my blockchain Onyx, I don't care if there's some pipsqueak blockchain out here with a smaller market cap. I'm going to take the name. But they deferred. They gave us the name. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into that, or maybe we're not thinking into it enough. We'll just see. Time will tell. But at the end of the day, getting back to the TA here, the structure's awesome. The structure's awesome. From a simplistic horizontal level of prior resistance becoming support, it looks awesome. From a simplistic point of a trend, okay, I didn't mean to do that. Lows here, higher lows, it's awesome. From the simplistic point of a Fibonacci retracement from the all-time low to the cycle high, golden ratio support, it's awesome. It's awesome all ways around. And the reason why we've been hammering this into our heads for the past 60 days now or more is because when the price moves up like it did last time, maybe not exactly like it did, but whenever we see this movement and we see higher highs, I don't want anybody up here asking me if now is a good time to buy. I don't want you asking me if now's a good time to buy, right? Right. Back here, a lot of people try to say that I've been bullish this whole time. Don't forget, I was saying that this was a good area to sell. We were actually talking about that area as a price to sell days before it happened, because from a high to a low here, that's where the 2618 was. Picture perfect, literally there. I didn't sell. I was telling people, I'm like, if you want to sell, it's probably a good time to sell. We might go a little bit higher, but I'm not selling because I did think we'd go higher overall. And I was bullish at other prices. But all I'm trying to say here, really what I'm trying to do is not defend my honor, but to defend my future sanity, where we're saying it's a good time to buy here, just like we did back here, just like we did back here. That's what we're saying now. When it's at all-time highs, whenever it's at new levels of highs, don't pretend that this is all of a sudden the time that we got bullish. No, we were bullish at the most pinnacle moment that it made sense to be bullish for so many different reasons. We've gone over plenty of them here, and there's so many more. Monthly time frame is too new. You're not going to get a lot on these indicators. Weekly time frame is not too new. We can see some stuff. The stochastics are looking bullish. The MACD is building bullish momentum. To decay in bullish momentum and then to build it like this, you don't see that happen. You don't see that happen unless there's a resurgence, unless you're coming back. And what a key area to come back from. It looks perfect. Daily time frame here, we're consolidating. We're also doing things a little bit differently here than we've done historically. What do you notice, right? Like here, we pumped, and then we dumped, rather immediately, we dumped 40%. We pumped here, we dumped rather immediately. Pumped here, dumped immediately. Pumped, dumped, pumped, dumped. Pumped. Okay, we chilled for a little bit. That's kind of like what we're doing now. We typically don't see this, but this is also during the bull market still for Bitcoin. We're here, this is during the bear market, kind of different. We're seeing some different stuff here. We're not just pumping and dumping. We're consolidating, whereas before we've been pumping and dumping for over a year now. It's a little bit of a different reaction than we typically get. That makes me think different behavior begets different results. We actually might continue to rally here. And that would be a first. That would be a first in this whole range where we've pumped, consolidated, and then pumped more. Because typically if we did see the consolidation, we dumped. Other than that, it's all just been pump and dumps this whole time. So this again is different than what we typically see. The RSI is chilling near the overbought zone, maintaining strength, right? Not just pumping and dumping, You're actually maintaining strength here. Stochastics look like they're about to cross up again, which is bullish being in this zone. The MACD just is starting to cross above the zero. And you have the strongest reading on your histogram that you've seen since April. And typically, typically this type of reading, you just flip green here, you would get multiple greens. Maybe you decay, whatever, but in that you're still going to cross, you're still going to push higher, and in the price you push higher too. I'm hoping that in the next week, in the next 6 days and 8.5 hours, we push higher and we close this month as high as we can, because again, back to what we were saying in the beginning, the more bullish this monthly close is, the more bullish the structure looks overall. Bullish structure matters. And I think if this didn't have the name OnyxCoin to it, if nobody knew what this was, if this wasn't a crypto, it was just a chart, you're just looking at it, I think a large majority of technical analysts would say this is clearly an area to make a bet. You buy here, if it goes lower, you sell, and you speculate at a lower level. But you buy here, and if it goes up, and then it comes back down, you buy more. And if it goes up and it comes back down, you buy more. And then you hold on for the ride of your life, and we're probably going to go up a lot higher, guys. Something like this, we see new all-time highs. My expectation is we do get up and around 80 cents, if not higher. High to low, that 80 cent level coming in with our 1886200 level, 2272 right there at $1.80. We can go as high as $2. We can. But something around $1, $2, that's where I ultimately expect that we're going to go from here. Either of those outcomes result in an over 100x, multi-100x. So tremendous potential. I love OnyxCoin. Don't buy a coin because I love it. Don't buy a coin because I'm saying it can move up in price. Buy a coin because you've done your research. You've gone on CoinMarketCap, you've gone on X, whatever. You're looking it up. You're trying to find the Onyx DAO. These are all scams, I think. Yeah, this one though. You're trying to find the fundamentals. What was that? I need to go back. I'm going to look at this real quick in a second. But just click on the white paper, click on the website, read about it. And if you like what you read, then go ahead and buy. Market status, fear and greed, 81, extreme greed. Okay, yeah. Might be time to chill on the buying. Maybe not for OnyxCoin, but for like Bitcoin and for various cryptos. Anything that's pumped tremendously over the last couple weeks, maybe just wait on the buying side. I think that we're going to see some movements down. Extreme greed is not a good thing here. I've got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.